You finally get a moment to sit down, and everything around you becomes a little quieter. Your body slows down. Your hands stop moving, but your mind keeps going through everything you still need to do. Even in that quiet moment, you don't feel rested, just tired in a different way. If you've ever felt like this, you're not alone, even though it's rarely talked about. There's this expectation that rest should make everything better, that sitting down should help you feel refreshed again. But for many moms, rest feels uncomfortable, sometimes even heavy, and guilt quietly appears. You start feeling like you should be doing something instead, and that thought makes it harder to relax. So even when your body stops, your mind stays active and doesn't fully switch off. From the outside, it looks like you're doing nothing, just sitting there. But inside, your thoughts, responsibilities, and emotions are constantly moving. Because no one can see that, you may start questioning yourself and wondering why you feel so tired. That confusion can feel heavy and hard to explain. But what you're feeling has a real reason, and it's not laziness or weakness. Your body can be resting while your mind is still carrying so much. This isn't about fixing you because you're not broken. It's about understanding what's happening inside. And when you start to see it clearly, that heavy feeling can begin to make a little more sense. You sit down hoping this moment will finally help you feel better. Your body pauses, but your mind keeps replaying things you've done, and everything's still left to do. Even in silence, your thoughts keep running, and you can feel that you're not truly resting. It's like your mind never really gets the signal to stop. Real rest doesn't happen unless both your body and mind slow down together. But your mind stays alert, always thinking about what's next. Even while sitting still, your brain is organizing, planning, and worrying in the background. That's why you still feel tired, because your mind never actually rested. There are so many things you carry that no one really sees. You remember schedules, plan ahead, notice emotions, and keep everything running smoothly. Even when no one asks, your mind is always working quietly in the background. That kind of effort doesn't show, but it still drains you. Because this work is invisible, it can feel like you didn't do enough. You might sit down and still feel tired without understanding why, but your brain has been active all day, even without physical movement. That constant mental load uses real energy, and it explains why rest doesn't feel enough. Being a mother also means holding emotions, not just your own, but everyone else's too. You stay calm, patient, and supportive, even when you feel overwhelmed inside. Over time, that emotional effort builds quietly without release, and you rarely get space to process your own feelings. That emotional weight takes energy, even if no one sees it. When you finally sit down, instead of feeling lighter, you feel that weight more clearly. It's a quiet kind of exhaustion that doesn't go away easily. And that's why rest feels incomplete, because your emotions haven't rested. Sometimes, when you sit down, a thought appears almost instantly. You feel like you should be doing something, even if you've already done enough. That quiet guilt follows you and makes it hard to relax. Rest starts to feel uncomfortable instead of peaceful. This feeling comes from always being responsible and active. Slowing down feels unfamiliar, like stepping away from something important. And guilt keeps your mind working even when your body is still. That's why rest doesn't feel refreshing, because your mind never really stops. When you look at all of this together, it starts to make sense. Your body is still, but your mind and emotions are still active. So what looks like rest doesn't feel like rest inside you. That's why the relief you expect doesn't come. Nothing is wrong with you. Your system is just responding to everything you've been carrying. Real rest happens when your mind slows down too, but that rarely happens for many moms. So feeling tired during rest is not your fault. Understanding this can create a small shift inside you. You begin to see that your tiredness has a reason, and that understanding alone can feel like a gentle form of relief. Maybe you're not tired because you didn't rest enough. Maybe you're tired because you've been carrying more than rest alone can release. The thoughts, the responsibilities, and the emotions stay active even in quiet moments. That's why sitting down doesn't always feel enough. There's nothing wrong with you, and you're not failing at rest. You've simply been doing more than what people can see. Your tiredness is real, and it deserves to be understood. You don't need to push yourself harder or prove anything. Sometimes you just need a kind of rest where your mind can finally slow down. And even understanding this can bring a small sense of relief.